The story begins in 1950 where some vehicles are being prepared inside a car factory. But one of them was red. The car was very special, on which a mechanic was working while he was checking the engine. Then suddenly the hood of the car came off so fast, which caused the mechanic's hand to break. He was badly crushed. He was taken to a doctor. And the mechanic came to check the car. When his cigar ash was inside the car. She dropped onto the seat. She put the cigar ash there. Left it on the seat and ignored my mistake. He happily began working on the car. But I did not know that this small mistake of his, the consequences are going to be very bad. Well, then many hours passed and the factory work was finished. All the workers were returning to their homes. On his way, the supervisor noticed that the red color, the car's lights are still on. He's driving that red. He goes to the car. As soon as he sees the car, when I opened it, I saw a cigar-smoking mechanic inside. The body fell out. It's been 28 years since this incident had passed and showed us the time of 1978. Where we meet a girl named Denise. Look at the student in his car. At the home of another boy named Arnie. Arnie arrives. A simple, nerdy guy. Dennis and Ernie were boys. Were quite different. But still he soon became they became good friends. Today was their first school day. It was day. Upon reaching school, he took out new books from the lockers. Then a new student Lee arrives, and with her beauty, she attracts all the students towards her. I fell in love with Dennis Lee the moment I saw him. Later, when Dennis and Ernie get home, while returning, Arnie suddenly saw a house. A red car appeared outside. Ernie. When he saw the car, he told Dennis. He asked me to stop immediately. When he went near. When I looked, it was an old, rusty wreck. It was a car. But Ernie loved it. It was the same factory car that we saw it at the beginning of the story, and now his condition had become completely bad. But Ernie didn't mind. And he instantly fell in love with the car. George, the owner of the car, came there and said that the name of this car is Christine and it's his brother's car that he had in a few weeks. George has already died. I wanted to get rid of this car soon. So he agrees to sell it for just $250. It's ready. Dennis told Ernie. Why are you spending money on such a bad car? Is it? Buy another nice car. It will cost you a lot to repair it again. The money would be wasted. But Ernie decided not to. I thought it through and bought the car right away. When he returned home in the evening, his parents asked him about buying a car. But Arnie's mother became very angry. Arnie scolded him and told him to quickly drive this car. Return it to its owner. But Ernie didn't listen to them because he bought the car with my savings. But Ernie's mother was very strict. His mother started saying that this car is in this house. After which Ernie and Dennis, he took the car to a garage. He met the garage owner, who was a number one. He was a grumpy man. He parked the car in the garage. He wouldn't let me stand. But Arnie, I requested him again and again very politely. Please park this car in the garage. Park it. After which the garage owner agreed. Goes and tells Ernie to park his car there. On the way, Ernie asked if she looked like Christine. Why did you buy a cheap and worn-out car? Ernie said he didn't choose this car. Instead, this car chose him. The next day, Dennis at school during lunch Ernie's. I waited for a long time when he did not come, he went out to look for him. Then he saw that a bad boy named Big Arnie and his lunchbox. Dennis threatens Ernie with a knife. Tried to intervene. Then the elder threw the lunch on the ground and Ernie on it. Poor Arnie's glasses fell off. The elder one crushed him under her feet. After that, Big Ernie's. He started laughing at the situation. But then Dennis took the opportunity. Seeing this, he attacked Batty. At that very moment, Batty. The gang surrounded Dennis. Only then a teacher came there and stopped the fight. Ernie told the teacher that Big had told him. He threatened me with a knife, but the elder sister refused to believe him. He was not ready. Then the teacher gave him his. When asked to empty his pocket, he emptied his big pocket. While doing so, the same knife came out from his pocket. Eventually, the teacher caught Batty and his gang. Sent to the office. After which the elder. He was expelled from school. Similarly, many weeks passed and Arnie worked hard day and night. I was busy repairing the car. At that very moment, the garage owner comes and he's Arnie's. Seeing the repair work, he had to take his. He tells Arnie that in exchange for work you will pay for your car. You can gather some parts for it. Arnie said yes to this and then with all his heart. He started repairing the car. But he had to. I did not even realize that the car had to be repaired. While doing this, he had to go beyond limits with Christine. The next day at school, something. Friends talk about the new girl, Lee. And challenges Dennis to go to the library and talk to Lee. Show. He accepts his friend's challenges. Accepting, he would have reached Lee. But before the conversation, Lee tells Denise that she already has. She has a boyfriend. Denise is very happy about this. I feel bad and in front of my friends. Embarrassed, he leaves the table. Then evening. Went to see Dennis Arnie because they hadn't met in a while. But I noticed that Arnie had changed a lot. He was dressed stylishly, without glasses. He looked like a hero. Even to talk to Dennis for a long time. Didn't stop and went to work in the garage. His mother tried to stop him, but Arnie ignored them and walked away. S. mother told Dennis that she and Arnie. He is very upset about his new car. Because they had found out that the car suffocation inside the previous owner's car. Upon hearing this, Dennis George. When he came to meet him, George introduced him to his brother. He told the story. He said that when his brother had bought Christine, she was completely. I fell in love with her. In the same car. His wife and daughter also lost their lives. And then after his brother's death the car somehow reached George's house on its own. She came out and stood there. Hearing this, Dennis became even more nervous, and then he decided. Does that for inspection on the vehicle? He'll go to the garage. After which, Dennis. He sneaks into the garage. He tried to open the car but as soon as the radio turns on automatically when the handle is pulled. And Dennis immediately runs away. So that no one would see him. The next morning, Denise. The school goes to the stadium to play football. Dennis is thinking about scoring a special goal. Then suddenly he heard Arnie coming there. And Christine got ready for her car. It was shining, seeing which the elder and her friends felt jealous. Lee also drove away. She came out and kissed Arnie in front of everyone. Denise was not at all pleased to see this. Didn't feel like it because he was much older than Lee. Loved it. Denise gets angry. And his focus shifts away from the game, taking advantage of the player of the other team. He pushes her down. That push. Dennis fell to the ground so hard that he fainted immediately and fell into a very deep. He also sustained injuries. Several days after the incident, when Dennis opened his eyes, he saw that he's in the hospital. He has a wound on his leg and neck. He was in a plaster cast. Arnie also came to visit him. Then Dennis realized that his friend is changing too fast. 1 month ago he was a timid and shy boy. There used to be a boy who would talk openly to anyone. Arnie couldn't even do it. Well, Arnie soon. He said goodbye to her and left. Then in the evening he went to the movie theater with Lee, and later both of them started kissing each other in the car. But when the matter went beyond that, Arnie got out of the car. When I went behind, Lee started saying that she was more beautiful than me. So you love this car, Arnie? His words seemed very strange. But then suddenly it starts raining. Because he somehow managed to convince Lee to return. He makes her sit in the car. But then the wind blows. The shield gets damaged. To repair it, Arnie comes out to find Lee alone inside. She sits in the car and starts eating something. The car radio suddenly turns on by itself. At the same time, a very bright light came from the dashboard. And Lee felt like she was choking. He couldn't breathe. So Arnie immediately. He ran to help him, but the car from inside. She was locked in. Meanwhile, Lee was dying of suffocation. She was about to, at the right time, manage to open the door from inside, and then a man standing nearby somehow caught him. Arnie saw this and pulled him out. Arnie felt angry at the man. The man is having fun with Lee. But the man was just stuck around Lee's neck. I was taking out the food. After all this, Arnie dropped Lee off at home. As soon as she came out, she entered the house and she said that she doesn't want to talk to Arnie. Arnie tried to apologize to her. But this thing was confirmed in Lee's mind. I thought this car tried to kill me. Moreover, he felt that Christine. She is jealous of him because whenever he is in the car, if they are together, something must be wrong. Arnie heard all this and felt that Lee is just having an illusion. That's why he said that we'll talk tomorrow. Then Arnie gets back in the car. I sat down, but the car was not starting. Christine seemed annoyed. Then she, talking to Christine, said that today Lee, it doesn't matter what happens to, because he always loves only Christine. Then she gave him the key. When I turned it, the car started directly. Now he went straight to the garage and called Christine. He left her there and went back home. But then his baddie and her friends entered the garage from behind. They all had different kinds of weapons and in no time, they destroyed the entire vehicle. Then the next day, Arnie called Lee like he convinced her, and then they both went to the garage. Arnie came to get his wallet out of the car. But as soon as Arnie saw Christine. But when she went there, she saw Christine in a state of disarray. Arnie felt very bad seeing this. Believed Lee had done all this. Surprised, she asked who did this. But Arnie yelled at him without talking. And he told Lee to go away. Later, Arnie told his parents about this he told Arnie, calming him down. He said he would get him a new car. Arnie became even more angry after hearing this. Went because he knew that like Lee, her parents also hate Christine. And he explained Christine's condition. He also held his parents responsible. Because if she lets him keep the car at home. If you had given permission, she would have been safe today. Then he abused them even more and said good and bad things to his. He started to go into the room. His father followed him to hold him and apologize to his mother. But Arnie would have said even worse things. He was leaving, and his father raised his hand on him. Arnie retaliated by killing his father. He hugs him and pulls his father closer. He is about to kill him when he lets him go. He then quietly leaves the house. He went straight to Christine and, putting it together one part at a time, he decided to fix it. But now what he saw the ground slipping from under his feet. He saw that as if by magic the car started moving on its own. She was getting better. Arnie said happily. I asked the car what else it could do. And that's when Christine gets it done without effort. It automatically repairs itself. In the next scene, we see a girl named Moochie at night. We see a boy who is the elder's companion. He was stopping a truck in the middle of the road. He was robbing him. Suddenly, from a distance, the sound of the car's engine was heard. When I looked a little closer, I found out that it was Christine, who appears brand new to him. She had come and stood there. He understood that Arnie has found out that she is the one who did the same with Buddy. Together they had devastated Christine. Now, he started apologizing to Arnie, but suddenly, the car's headlights came on and it lurched sharply. She started moving towards him. Moochie lost her life at that very moment. He escaped and ran into the lane along the road. He hid. He thought the car was his now. We'll give up. But soon Christine. She started chasing him again. Now Moochie. He ran into an old warehouse. But Christine did not give up on him. Eventually Moochie got stuck in a place from where there was no escape. Christine surrounded him. Moochie drew his knife. Arnie was fired and threatened. But Christine. She forced her way in and brutally beat Moochie. Then the next morning Arnie Dennis. He went to meet MK and told him about Moochie's death. I told him. Dennis was very surprised to hear this. He also did not understand why. Christine was completely devastated, so she. How did it heal itself? But Arnie had no idea. He didn't answer and quietly walked away. Arnie is visited by Detective John Keyes on his way. Came and assured him that he was on Christine's side. Is searching for the assailants and he also handles the murder case of Moochie. Arnie said he was doing Moochie's. Knows nothing about death, but he. Very happy with this news. Hearing this, the detective became suspicious of Arnie. Arnie was told that his girlfriend had. He testified that the vehicle was completely damaged. Despite this, it got better on its own. After Arnie said it was all a lie and he left. Later, he called Lee. When asked to meet, Lee refused to come, which made him even more angry. On the other hand, Buddy and his friends buy alcohol from the store and put it in the car. They sit down and leave. On the way, another car starts chasing them. The elder one stopped the car and looked at what was happening. Who is in? But because of the headlights he couldn't see anything. Then he drove his car. If reversed, the other vehicle will also do the same. It started to reverse and then the elder one came to know. It turns out that the car is none other than Christine is there. Now the elder one has become angry. I drove away and went straight to a gas station. Stopped where his friend Rich worked. He got down from the big vehicle and picked up an iron rod. And kills the man who is chasing him. He was ready to teach a lesson. But Then Christine came in very fast and it collided directly with Buddy's car, causing his. The car was badly damaged. Buddy thought. Arnie is inside the car, so he tells Arnie. Asked to get out. But Christine was. Again, she collided with Buddy's car at high speed and he was ushered straight into the workshop. Dawn. When he was sitting in the car, Christine also crushed along with Buddy's car. When Buddy's car started leaking petrol. And suddenly it caught fire. Within moments. There was a huge explosion throughout the garage. Richie also died in the same fire. He started running to save his life. But Christine let go of the elder so easily. Where was she going to give it up? Christine too. She started chasing him. Eventually, she even caught the elder one. It was crushed and burnt to ashes right there. After a few hours, the garage owner found someone. He heard a car approaching. He looked. That Christine was enveloped in smoke. It was quite surprising because Arnie was someone. He had gone to repair another car. Now he took his gun and went to see if Christine, who was sitting inside. He opened the door. I tried to open it, but it was too hot. And that is why she closed the door with the help of a cloth. He opened it. When he looked inside, he found that there is no one inside the car. I was worried about driving this car. Who was he? He did not understand anything and he got into the car himself. But it was his. It was the biggest mistake of his life, and now he has to. The loss of the mistake will be suffered because Christine will not leave any witnesses alive today. Suddenly the car door opened automatically. Locked from the inside, and then Christine's seat. To the dashboard and into that garage. She kills her master. Then the next morning, when Arnie reached the garage, he saw that there were several police cars present. They were there. When I met Detective Junkin, I found out that garage owner found dead in Christine. Arnie replied, he is not. He knew how it all happened. But his heart knew. It was believed that Christine was behind this. Because she's shining once again. Denise, on the other hand, stood her ground. When Lee returned home from the hospital, he called her. She said she wanted to meet him. Comes to Dennis and tells Dennis that Christine had Arnie under her control. And now he's obsessed with Christine. I'm acting crazy and acting weird. Dennis said he was sure Arnie. No one can do any wrong by himself. But if Christine had taken over his mind. If you have taken it, it is very difficult to finish Christine. It is necessary. After that, Lee returned home and shortly after, Arnie Christine. He sat down and came to Dennis's place. Asked to go for a drive, Dennis drove. But I got ready to go. I drove away. Whack Arnie is very strange again. He was behaving. Suddenly he became very fast. He started driving at high speed and then he even let go of the steering wheel. Dennis became very nervous and said that Christine is not under his control. Quickly grab the steering wheel or else we'd both be dead. But Arnie said in a peculiar way that his and no one can come between Christine. He has complete faith in Christine and has his. Arnie's car is full to prove the point. He enters the other lane at speed. He collided with an oncoming vehicle. She narrowly escapes. Her friend goes crazy, seeing him on the verge of. The next day, Dennis. A note was written on Christine's bonnet. He tells Arnie that he will go to the garage in the evening. I met you in the evening at Denise and Lee's workshop. We're waiting for him. But Arnie wasn't. When he came, both of them got into the bulldozer standing nearby. He sat down and brought it inside the workshop. He planned that Lee would come to the office. She will stay there and close the gate as soon as Arnie arrives there. She will do it, and taking advantage of the same opportunity, Dennis will destroy Christine with a bulldozer. Soon, as planned, Lee will be back in the office. He started leaving, but he did not know that Christine already has curtains in the workshop, hidden behind the car. Then the car started the headlights turned towards them and Lee was about to be crushed. Lee somehow managed to take the air. He saved his life by holding on to a hanging tire. But Christine didn't give up. Agreed and to attack him again. Dennis moved forward. Just then, the claw of the bulldozer struck him, brought to the front so that Lee could bump into Christine. Christine then retreated. She moves to the other side of the workshop, while Dennis bulldozer on its front side. Now both the vehicles are moving towards each other. And found out that Christine is no longer walking alone. Arnie is helping him. Now he's completely was in control of the vehicle. Suddenly the vehicle